Morning Year 7, hope you're well and keeping safe. Before we start today, I'd just like to say particularly well done to the following students who've produced some really excellent work recently. So well done to Jack, Megan, Morgan, Luca, Lacey, Emily and James. Your work has really stood out, it's been very, very good, so very well done to you all. So today we're going to look at using the microscope. So here's one of the school digital microscopes. I've switched it on and I've plugged it into the computer and I'm using this program here. So what we're going to do, we're going to take the microscope slide, we'll find something to put on it to have a look, and first of all we'll look at how the microscope works. So you should be able to see here that we have a light, and the light comes up through the middle of this part, which is called the stage, and it will pass through what we're looking at on the slide, and we'll come into the, well, this is called the objective lens here. We can turn these around to get different magnifications, and obviously we'll be looking through the eyepiece lenses at the top here. Let's adjust that. There we go, that's better. So, first thing that we're going to need to do is to find something to look at. So I'm going to have a look at some pond water and some other water that I've got lying around in the garden, and I'm going to collect it in a pipette. I didn't bring any beakers home with me, so I'm going to be using egg cups to hold the samples in before we look at them on the microscope. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to need to do is to go and find something to look at. Right, this is some water that I've been collecting to use in the greenhouse. So let's see what we can find in here. You can see a bit of a green tinge to it, so let's find out what that is. And I want to get right down deep. Lovely. Again, it's a nice murky. So here we go. Let's start with the green water from the water butt at the back. So there's a tiny little dimple in this slide. Just check I've got the right side there. And put a tiny drop in to the centre of the slide, like so. And to protect the lens, we use something called a cover slip. And this is just a piece of glass that stops the lens getting wet. Put that onto the, and we'll put it onto the microscope like so. Okay, what I've got here is, looks like an air bubble, and that'll make it easy for, hopefully, for me to focus on. There we go, just like so. So what have we got? So we've got some tiny little green dots in there. Let's zoom in. And one more. There we go. So that is a tiny little algae. So a tiny little photosynthesizing plant. There's another one. What else? Oh, what have we got swimming around here? So this is something, I think, called Euglena. Where's it gone? So this is a tiny single-celled organism. Okay, let's finally go and have a look at what was in the pond then. the lens. Okay, so if you have a look on there, can you see anything? Okay, let's see if we can catch up with these guys. So what these are from the kingdom Protocatista, and these are single-celled organisms just made up of one cell, and they have tiny little hairs called cilia, and by beating these hairs it allows them to move around, and these are moving really fast. I think imagine they're covering the entire body length in seconds. So inside your lungs you also have ciliated cells with little hairs on, but in your lungs they are used to move dust, mucus and bacteria out of your lungs. These, you might think of them as animals, but they actually have chloroplasts in them as well, so they're able to make their own food. Amazing! So we've got this tiny world that we're completely unaware of, living in the water. So this is why, one of the reasons why you should always be very careful about what water you drink. You wouldn't want to be getting a mouthful of these guys. So what we have here, don't know what this is, but it can move by itself, so it's definitely alive. Okay, so this is a midge larvae, I think. So you can see all the bristles. Oh wow, there it goes. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed having a look at what we've got growing in my pond.